Yo, what is up? It is your boy Christian from Bible Verse Truth, and I'm joking. Actually, I'm not gonna start the video off like that. It's really just not my style. We can start the video. We can just Hey, welcome to Bible Verse Truth. Thank you so much for tuning in today. Let's just get into this video. I want to ask you a question. Do you believe that I am sitting on this couch? Well, you see that I'm sitting on the couch, so I'm pretty sure you do believe that I'm sitting on the couch. But what if you didn't see that I was sitting on the couch? Would you believe then? Well, probably not, because you would have no reason to believe that I was on the couch since you don't see me on the couch. But what if somebody came to you and they said, hey, Christian is sitting on the couch? Would you believe them? That depends. Do you have enough faith in their word to believe that what they say is true even if you don't see it? We believe what we can see. That is the ultimate proof. But the problem is, God is invisible. Now, I've seen a lot of videos with atheists, agnostics, debating with Christians, and one thing they usually say a lot is, prove God to me. Prove God right now and I will believe in him. Now, the only problem with that is, how are we going to prove something we can't see? I'll take this one step further. Not only can we not prove God, we also cannot understand God. I've seen a lot of different people, they say that, Christians, they swear by the Trinity, yet they don't even understand that. How are we going to follow something that they don't even understand? And you know what? That is actually a good point. The Trinity, eternity, God, it cannot be explained. No matter how intellectual a Christian is, we cannot explain any of those things, and we cannot prove God, because see, here's why. This is a science-based world. Everything needs to be scientifically explained, understood, tested. None of those things can be done because God doesn't work in a scientific realm. First off, he created the bounds of science. He does not work in a scientific realm. He works in the spiritual realm. And nobody understands the spiritual realm. It's a whole step further into another world in which we have not yet went into. Now, don't click off. I promise you I have more to say. Hebrews 11:1 says, faith is the substance of things hoped for and the evidence of things that's not seen. So faith is the evidence. We can't see it, but we have to have faith enough to believe it. This lamp right here, all it can do is we press this button, it clicks on, we press this button, it clicks off. Now, the human that created it was 1,000,000 times more superior and intellectual than this lamp could ever be. This lamp can't move, this lamp can't speak, this lamp can't do anything but click on and click off. Now, simply because this lamp can't fathom how the human body, how anything outside of its own its own normalcy of being to click on and click off. Imagine this lamp saying, I don't understand how they do anything that they do, therefore they don't exist because I don't understand how they work. That is baloney. Now, when we're talking about it in regards to a lamp, it sounds stupid. Like, it's exactly what we do to God. We say, God, we don't understand anything about you, therefore you're not true, you do not exist. Or in other realities, we try to change God. We try to change the reality of God into what makes sense to us. Muhammad acknowledged Jesus. He said that he was a good prophet, but he denied the deity of Jesus. He said that Jesus wasn't God. Why? Because he couldn't fathom Jesus being God and God the Father being God and God the Holy Spirit being God, three separate entities, but one God. He couldn't fathom that. So what did he say? Jesus was a good prophet. He wasn't God. Then there's pantheism. People believe that everything is God. This TV right here, this piece of wood, nature is God. Okay, the trees, they're God. Or as we see a lot in the Bible, and even still today, people carve images and they worship that as God. And when you think about it, even Isaiah, I think it was Isaiah or Jeremiah, I don't remember because I've been reading out of the Message Bible, but one of them said it in the best way I've ever heard it. It said, you carve a piece of wood, you use half of it for firewood and carve the other piece into a god and worship that. It's like, why? But see, that's how desperate people don't want to believe in something they can't see. They will even go through extensive measures like creating their own god and then worshiping that as if they didn't create it. If anything, they're the god over that thing that they created because they created it. You think God is up there saying, oh, okay, well, you don't believe that I can do that, well, I guess I can't do that. No, God's saying, all right, well, you don't believe, well, I still can do it, you just don't believe. Human beings, we're limited to width, length, and height. So we think 1, 2, 3. He's not bound by science. Therefore, he's 1, 1, 1, 2, and 1, 3. He's God, 3 entities, 1 being, and we can't understand that. We also can't understand never having a beginning and never having an end. So instead of trying to explain God, explain the spirit realm, why not just accept God for who he is? Why keep limiting God to our understanding? He created us. He created science. He doesn't have to abide by our rules. And we're wrong for thinking that he does. And see, another thing is, God is not explaining the spirit realm to us. He could if he wanted to, but I don't see anywhere in the Bible where he accurately comes up. Jesus didn't come down and say, look, people, here's how the spirit realm works. Here's how the Trinity works. Okay, this. No, he simply said, I and my Father are one. He didn't explain. He said, I and my Father are one. He said, before Abraham was, I am. Now this further proves my point. God himself is not worried about explaining the spirit realm to you. God himself is not worried about you understanding his power. He simply gives you everything that you need to know inside of the book called the Bible. Now he basically says, I gave you everything you need to know. I told you who I am, because he tells you everything. He just doesn't explain. So I told you everything you need to know. Now it's up to you whether you're going to believe or not believe. Your beliefs don't change anything. My reality isn't shaped around your human beliefs or your human intelligence. I am that I am, and you either accept me or you don't. 1 Kings 18 and 21 says, how long halt ye between two opinions? If the Lord be God, serve him, and if Baal, serve him. So he's basically telling you right there, I told you who I am, now make your decision whether you believe or not. Listen to these scriptures. 2 Corinthians 5 and 7, for we walk by faith and not by sight. 2 Corinthians 4:18, for we look not at the things which are seen, but at the things which are not seen. For the things which are seen are temporal, but the things which are not seen are eternal. Hebrews 11:6, but without faith it is impossible to please him. For he that cometh to God must believe that he is, and that he is a rewarder of them that diligently seek him. If you didn't get anything else out of this video, I hope you learn to stop trying to figure God out, to accept him for who he is, or to not accept him at all. I hope to see you in the next video. And we're just gonna do the intro thing here. Give me a second. I'm just gonna bring this up and